Hi everyone, my name is Sam. This is my first ever YouTube video. Well, not really my first ever YouTube video because I, in my past life, had a different YouTube channel. This is my first ever video for app reviews. A little background on myself before we get started with the app review, just so you understand my point of view and where I'm coming from, and kind of like where I stand in all of this. So I am a senior iOS developer. I have been building iOS apps for over 8 years now. I think pretty close to about 9 years now. So I have a lot of experience building apps, building user interface, things that developers will pretty much know. I know it. And I also have a lot of experience from a consumer side. Right, because I love to download random apps on the App Store and use them and just play around with different things that people are building. So that kind of led me down to this path of it wouldn't be pretty cool if I start reviewing apps built by exclusively independent developers, because I see myself as an independent developer, when it comes to publishing apps anyway. So today, the app we're going to be looking at is called Clipboard. Apologies for looking away. I'm trying to read it off the side here, and also my camera is panned right to my left, so I'll be looking between my camera and my phone. So the name of the app is Clipboard. It's a keyboard app, keyboard shortcut app that lets you add things to a specific clipboard, and then if you are ever anywhere else in your device that you need to quickly type something and you don't want to go through the hassle of typing it all the way from scratch, you can paste it using the clipboard. So I haven't exactly used the app per se. This is just initial first impressions from the downloading the app on the App Store and reading the description and looking at screenshots. So we will be having the first view of the app together and using it for the first time. So let's begin. Okay, on first launch, I do not see anything directly on the screen. Sure, this is not a bug, so this is likely by design. But what I would like to see, right, just from first impressions, looking at the app up front, I would like to see some information. I see a plus sign to the top right, but I do not understand. As a user, I do not understand what that plus sign is for. I do not understand what is going on with the app. As a developer, however, I do know clicking that plus sign likely gives you some type of inputs to add data that would likely populate this screen if everything works fine. But as a user, I don't understand what this is for. I don't see anything on the screen, so I automatically assume the app does not work. I see more information tab here. Okay, all right, so it does have a way to give you more information, but this is just one extra step the user has to take in order to read this information. It would be good if on the home screen, right, once you jump into the app on like an empty state, for example, there is the information right there, tells you, okay, if you do not see any data here, it's because you don't have anything, saved on your clipboard. Here are the steps to save something on your clipboard. So instead of having this additional information, because the app seems pretty simple, right? It doesn't seem like there's too much going on. If there are only 2 pages or 2 screens to the app, there might as well be one screen, right? It's not like it's a complex app that is doing some, complex equation, right? So what I would suggest is up the jump, this information here, figure out a way to incorporate it into this screen just so the user knows right up front, this is what I'm supposed to do. That is also better user experience, and it will also help with retention, because if someone came here, did not understand this screen, did not understand what they're supposed to do, and they have multiple options, right? I don't think, I may be wrong, this is my personal opinion, I don't think they would be more willing to go dig around and see if they can find information. So that's just like a piece of advice for me. All right, so let's continue. Okay. All right, so clicking on that button takes you to this page where you can add a new document, I guess, right? That's what it's called. It's called a document. So let's call this example document. And this is, okay, I clearly do not know how to type. This is my example, and save it. Okay, all right, so you add a new data to your clipboard. It's called a document. It gets stored here. Let's read the next steps. So add a name and value, which will be set up keyboard clipboard. Open settings, general keyboard, add new keyboard, choose keyboard clipboard. Okay, all right, so, well, they give you a shortcut, so let's just do this. Okay, keyboards, add new keyboard clipboard. Okay, so it's here. It's now one of the keyboard options. We go back to the app, start typing in any app, and okay, cool. Seems pretty simple. So let's go here. I assume you can change the keyboard. Okay, and okay, all right. So pretty straightforward. All right, there's not too much going on. You add a new, you add data here to a clipboard, and basically copy and paste. Right, you add it here. You can now paste it anywhere else that you would like to. Let's try something else. Let me see. Guess you cannot. You can paste it inside itself. Interesting. Okay, so demo 2. See, it automatically also gets that information. Okay, it's here too. Okay, all right, so it's pretty simple, right? It's a clipboard, just like the name says. It doesn't do anything else. It just lets you quickly, paste stuff that you already typed, so you don't have to type everything over again. I see this being helpful in a situation where you're filling in multiple forms that require similar data, right? For example, you don't want to have to type in your email address every single time. Someone might argue that this is a longer step if you have to change your clipboard and come here, but I think it's quick, it's easy, right? If you have a long email address, it's very helpful. If you're, just doing any repetitive data work, anything that requires you type in the same data over and over again, it might be tiring. So this is helpful for those situations. Primarily myself, I do not see a situation where I would personally use this app, not because the app is bad. This is it works well. It hasn't crashed. We'll give it that. It hasn't crashed, which is amazing. It does exactly what it says it will do, which is also amazing. This looks more like a second time project. So nothing too serious yet, right? So I can't critique it for missing or lack of features thereof, right? It has what it says it would have. It does what it says it would do. So that's cool, right? Will I personally use this? I don't see a situation right now where I will, because I would just type it myself. I really don't have and also personally, right, in a situation of emails, right, I use multiple emails for multiple services, so it wouldn't make sense for me to type in every single email that I use here and have to come search for the email, then paste it, when I can just type it up real quick, or I can just go to my password manager and just enter it real quick. I've not had any other situation where I have to type in any information over and over again, apart from email, right? So that's the only use case for myself that I see that applies to me. But even then, I use a password manager. So personally, no. All right. Is it a cool app? Definitely a cool app. Very useful for someone in that situation where you will need to copy and paste something over and over again, or type something over again. So yeah, this is a really cool app. If you would like to download it, the name is Keyboard Clipboard. The name is kind of cut off here, which is also something else that I should point out, for good App Store optimization or better user experience, I would say. It's good to keep your name short and memorable, just so of the first glance, someone can recommend the app to someone else and say, oh, this is what the app name is. It's kind of confusing if I look here and I see that the name is cut off. I'm like, keyboard clip B, but I'm not sure what the rest of the name is. The only reason why I know it is because I remember it from downloading it, right? So that is also something to keep in mind. Maybe you can experiment with like a shorter name, right? A shorter name, it's also going to be very helpful. Someone will remember it right away. On the home screen, make sure that the data is there on an empty state to tell you what you need to do and the steps. Yeah, that's it. It's a very simple UI, nothing too much going on. No, not overly engineered. So that's good. Yeah.